Well, there we go. Good morning, everyone. This is Tech for Senior. I think we're 190, eh, Hewie? I think this is episode 190, getting close to 200. It is.
I lose track of the numbers.
It is November the 20th, and welcome and hopefully everyone's having a great, or going to have a great Thanksgiving and an enjoyable holiday for this great week coming up. And it is Black Friday coming up. So, well, it's been Black Friday all month, I guess, really. It's just the crazy sales and everything. So for that today, I've done an episode in the show today that's going to help you spend your money this Black Friday. You're probably wondering who we are. I'm going to introduce all our staff in a minute. Just to remind everyone that we will indeed have a show this Thursday. We'll have our Tech for Senior live edition, and please listen to that. We'll be broadcasting that out on Thursday. Our show today on our premiere version, which will occur at half the hour, we have smartphone photography with guess who? That world expert, Chris Guld. She's going to talk about all those great things that you can do with your phone and that will be on the premiere version. I'm going to talk about having fun with your Chromebook and all the great things you can do and some of the interesting programs that will be there. And Bob is going to talk about all those tech gadgets you buy this week. Are they safe? And he's going to explain why you may just want to be careful with this. And that will all be on the premiere version. I've put the link in the notes section. So the notes, if you go down to the bottom and see notes, click on that and you'll see the agenda and notes, and the link for the premiere version is in there. And I'll also put it in the chat as well. So thank you. This week we had a very generous donation from an old friend of mine from Silver Ridge back in my days when I was in Arizona, and he really helped us a lot with the computer club. In fact, he did all the Mac work, and that was ℍ𝕠𝕠𝕠. He even did a couple of years ago, did some sessions with us here. Thank you very much to ℍ𝕠𝕠. I don't know if he's here today, but it's nice to hear from you, and he's back in Arizona. Well, AI this week. Sam Altman, Hewie was up all night trying to get Sam a job. It appears that OpenAI on Friday the board of directors fired Sam Altman, and this immediately caused a great bit of problems with OpenAI, and which of course makes ChatGPT. And over the weekend, he got hired by Microsoft, fired by Microsoft. The board got fired at OpenAI. Sam Altman's back in, I think, with OpenAI, and he's rehiring a different board with different objectives. So stay tuned. It changes every hour. It's like a football game. Anyway, we'll see what happens and how it all ends up. But the interesting thing that I wanted everyone just to remember is that there was the CEO of NVIDIA, Jensen Huang, who gave a talk at Ignite, which was the big Microsoft show last week. And he said in his speech that we're going through a period of time now in the history of the world where you've heard of the Industrial Revolution, which of course occurred over 100 years. Then you heard about, of course, the internet, which of course occurred over a number of years. And then smartphones, or cell phones as we know them today. But this is all pale in comparison to what is happening right now with AI, right? It's a major change in the civilization and how we process information. And this is really big, and it's sort of fun because we're all living through it, right? We've gone through all these. Well, we didn't go through the Industrial Revolution, but we went through all those other big changes, and we're now seeing this happening. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so interested in CoPilot. And we have all our staff working on sessions about CoPilot, because that, of course, is Microsoft's integration into AI. So that's sort of cool. Now, Chris, where's Chris? Chris Guld, just so that you and Jim, I don't know if you know that the last 4 years we do at the end of the year, we have all our experts, of course, and we do predictions on what's going to happen with technology for the future year. and you're welcome to participate. We're going to do this on December the 18th. Now, be careful in your predictions. Be careful in your predictions, because these are all recorded. And guess what? I get to play back your predictions for the last couple of years and see how good everyone is, right? And we're going to do this on December the 18th, which is always a fun show. And everyone will have their predictions.
She's under a non-disclosure agreement, you know.
Yes.
An NDA. She can't talk about this stuff.
That's right. Yeah. And Jim, you can participate, and Chris, you can participate. You both can do one, and we'll see what your thoughts are. We'll record them all and see how good you are, right? And so we're going to do that on December the 18th. So we won't need a photo fun on that day, right? That'll be the third Thursday in December. So, all right. So let's introduce everyone. Hewie.
I am.
Did you get Sam Altman a job? I know you were working hard.
I don't know. You told me something that I didn't see this morning. When I got up this morning, I didn't check back in to see if he was still with Microsoft.
Changes hourly, right? You know?
Yeah, it did during the night, and it was hard keeping up with it because, and I was doing it on YouTube and also X, formerly Twitter,
right? Trying
trying to figure out exactly what was going on because it was changing hourly, and so it's quite a story. The Silicon Valley, it's like a soap opera.
It is. It's well, and we'll see how it all plays out. We'll have a new story next Monday, yeah. But it's interesting. Bob, how are you making out? Pretty good?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. In case anybody's interested, today is somebody's birthday. Tomorrow it will be somebody else's birthday. Today is our president's birthday, and he's 81. Tomorrow I'll be 83. I hope I'm in better shape than he is.
All right, Ray.
Yeah, did you want to remove your spotlight?
Oh yeah, I should. Thank you for reminding me. There you go. Thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah, things are going good here. I mentioned, I don't know if maybe I didn't mention it last week. They're digging up my streets. They're putting in new water pipes under, and they were supposed to start last week. They got a late start, and then it rained yesterday. Pretty good rain. You don't know the mud that's out there now. So the cars are fishtailing because of the mud. So we're having a little bit of fun here. But hopefully it'll all get done, and we'll be in a better shape than we were before.
Bill James, I'm looking forward to your gadget for tomorrow.
I am too.
All right. Well, we'll see I
thought I was going to try to do something that people might try to get on Black Friday, but I'm working. But
I know you'll be working hard. I know you'll be working hard on that today, so we do appreciate all the effort you put in.
I enjoy it. Thank you.
And Chris, unmute yourself.
Okay. Yes, everything is just great here. Getting ready to have a bunch of family over for Thanksgiving.
I'm cooking.
And although we came back from our 6 weeks rather tired and saying, oh, thank goodness we're just home, we can just stay home, we're starting to plan travels for next year now.
Well, wasn't there a birthday? Was it last week? Jim was cooking lobster on the barbecue or something.
That was for his son's birthday.
My son's birthday.
How did the lobster turn out?
Oh, good.
And the steak turned out well too. There are pictures on Facebook. So he'll be back over for Thanksgiving.
He'll be making lobster stuffing for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, lobster stuffing for the turkey.
Oh, really?
Thanksgiving special, yeah.
I have poor man's surf and turf, hot dogs and tuna fish salad.
Very good.
All right, we got to get on with this. We got to get. Did I forget anyone? I don't think anyone. No, everyone's here. Great. All right, we got to get on. Bob, are you ready to roll?
I'm always ready.
Okay, take it away.
Here is my weekly security news roundup for the week ending November 17th, 2023. Nude before and after photos stolen from plastic surgeon posted online. The FBI is investigating a data breach where criminals were able to steal patients' records from a Las Vegas plastic surgeon's office and then posted the details online, which included nude photos. The practice sent a letter to the patients in March and April notifying them of the breach. Apparently, the criminals didn't get what they wanted from Hankins and Son and started posting the information online. Several patients and court documents say that the stolen data included sensitive personal information, such as names and social security numbers, but also nude photos of patients taken before and after surgery. Read more at malwarebytes.com. Judge rules it's fine for car makers to intercept your text messages. A federal judge has refused to bring back a class action lawsuit that alleged 4 car manufacturers had violated Washington state's privacy laws by using vehicles' onboard infotainment systems to record customers' text messages and cell phone call logs. The judge ruled that the practice doesn't meet the threshold for an illegal privacy violation under state law. The plaintiffs had appealed a prior judge's dismissal. Car manufacturers Honda, Toyota, Volkswagen, and General Motors were facing 5 related privacy class action suits. One of those cases, against Ford, had been dismissed on appeal previously. Read more at malwarebytes.com. New Mac stealer, Mac OS malware steals iCloud keychain data and passwords. The U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency has given a November 17th, 2023 deadline for federal agencies and organizations to apply mitigations to secure against a number of security flaws in Juniper Juno's OS that came to light in August. The agency on Monday added 5 vulnerabilities to the Known Exploited Vulnerabilities (KEV) catalog, based on evidence of active exploitation. The vulnerabilities, per Juniper, could be fashioned into an exploit chain to achieve remote code execution on unpatched devices. Read more at thehackernews.com. Microsoft releases patch updates for 5 new zero-day vulnerabilities. Microsoft has released fixes to address 63 security bugs in its software for the month of November 2023, including 3 vulnerabilities that have come under active exploitation in the wild. Of the 63 flaws, 3 are rated critical, 56 are rated important, and 4 are rated moderate in severity. 2 of them have been listed as publicly known at the time of the release. The updates are in addition to more than 35 security shortcomings addressed in its Chromium-based Edge browser since the release of Patch Tuesday updates for October 2023. Read more at thehackernews.com. Parents are suing Roblox for exposing children to inappropriate content. Following in the footsteps of civil groups taking a legal stance against social media and tech giants, a group of families have filed a class action lawsuit against gaming platform Roblox. The lawsuit accuses the Roblox Corporation of negligent misrepresentation and false advertising of the platform, marketing the mini game hub as a platform for children while simultaneously showing underage users inappropriate or explicit content and allowing them to engage in inappropriate encounters. The group also accuses the company of misleading parents into spending thousands of dollars on the site due to obscured prices and children's ability to make in-game purchases using fictional Robux. Read more at Mashable.com. Your Chrome extensions may stop working in 2024. Google has resumed the plan to deprecate Manifest version 2 extensions and will end support for these by mid-2024. Extensions for Google Chrome use Manifest version 2, a kind of rulebook that highlights what extensions can and cannot do, or Manifest version 3, an updated version. Google made major changes in Manifest version 3, which limited certain kinds of extensions. Content blockers such as uBlock Origin were affected by the announced changes negatively. Google plans to begin disabling Manifest version 2 extensions in all development editions of Google Chrome from June 2024 on. The changes will roll out to the entire development edition's population over time to monitor the change. Read more at ghacks.net. Dolly.com pays ransom. Attackers release data anyway. Dolly.com, an on-demand moving and delivery platform, allegedly paid attackers not to publish stolen customer data. Unsurprisingly, cyber crooks found an excuse not to hold their end of the bargain. The Cyber News research team believes that the platform suffered a ransomware attack and at least partially paid the ransom, but was duped. The attackers complained that the payment wasn't generous enough and published the stolen data. Not only that, but the criminals have shared a chat with the company on an underground criminal forum. We have reached out to Dolly.com to confirm whether the company suffered a ransomware attack and opted to pay the ransom, but we did not receive a reply before this publishing. Read more at cybernews.com. This week's must-see on my YouTube channel. CoPilot is a new feature that uses artificial intelligence to help you with your work and projects. This is the introduction to a new series exploring Microsoft's CoPilot. If you want to be notified when the next episode comes out, please subscribe to my channel. You can watch this video by following the link listed. Did you know there is actually a word for someone giving an opinion on something they know nothing about? An ultra-crepidarian is someone who voices thoughts beyond their expertise. This makes me an expert on some topics and an ultra-crepidarian on all others. If you haven't got any charity in your heart, you have the worst kind of heart trouble. Thanks to Bob Hope. And that's a wrap for this week's Security News Roundup. Stay safe, stay secure, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye, and thanks for watching and listening. An AI tool for the cook who needs help. It's called Taste Bud, your personal cooking collaborator. The link to that website will be in the show notes. You supply the ingredients, it supplies the recipe. Let me show you how it works. I've opened the website. You can tell Taste Bud what you're trying to use up in your fridge or pantry. And my example is going to be very simple. I have bacon, eggs, potatoes, and string beans. Give me a recipe. You can save the recipe to the site itself, and it uses cookies to do so. Actually, the whole site runs on a cookie. You have the ability to save your stuff by allowing cookies, or you can just say, no, I don't want to do that, but then you won't be saving any of the recipes it makes up for you. This is up to you. If you allow the cookies, it'll save your recipes until you clear out cookies. Once you do that, goodbye to your recipes. And that's about as much instructions as we need. So I've scrolled down and you now see the input for a prompt. Just type in what you want it to do. I have bacon, eggs, potatoes, and string beans. Give me a recipe. Once that's put in there, just hit this up arrow, send the information, and it will create a recipe for you. So let's do that. Takes it a couple of seconds, and as you can see on the right-hand side, I have a recipe. And it not only gives you the recipe, it gives you the instructions for cooking it. It gives you a picture of what it'll look like, and up on top is a download, so you can download the information as a PDF file, which you can then save or take with you in order to do the cooking. This is a freebie. I don't see any place where you have to pay for this. And anytime you're not sure what to do with the ingredients that you may have in your fridge and in your pantry, give this thing a try. Hope that helps. Enjoy cooking. I know we're going to try this recipe. Stay safe, stay secure, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Well done, Bob. Hewie said he tried it, but there's nothing in his fridge, so he doesn't have anything to put in there.
Well, it can't cook a recipe out of nothing. That it hasn't learned to do.
Yeah, I've been trying it. That's a riot. It's lots of fun. That's a good one, a really good one. I would encourage everyone to bookmark that. It does work well. All right, let's see what Chris has for us today. Photo fun.
Hi, I'm Chris Guld with Geeks on Tour, and in this episode of Fun with Photos, I want to remind you to take video. These smartphones are excellent video cameras. I'm going to give you a few tips to make it easy and fun to take video, then a couple of editing tips and some things you can do with videos. Let's do it. We recently went to London, and I want to show you a few photos. Train ride was great, and what a beautiful day for the park. This is the London Eye, and that's London Eye in the distance background, and the National Gallery. Now take a look at some videos from similar locations.
Have these signs on the road look right.
And I hope you agree that the videos just do bring it to life. Going over the Tower Bridge on the upper deck of the bus. And this one's priceless. Sometimes the sound can be so important.
Wow.
And this is the London Eye Champagne Experience. Now you don't have to have all videos, but a photo library peppered with videos is going to be much richer.
We're here in the National Gallery, trying to soak up some culture.
So what am I talking about? Well, normally to take video, you'd open the camera, tap video, tap the shutter button to turn it on, notice that the timer is counting up, and then tap again to turn it off. But I want to show you a shortcut. Let's say you pick up your phone with the intent to just snap a picture. You're just going to tap the camera button and leave it in photo mode. Then you decide, oh no, I want to take a video. All you have to do is hold down on that shutter button. It turns into video mode and starts taking video. When you let go, it stops. With this shortcut, I'll bet you'll take a lot more videos. All you have to do is remember that it exists. Just hold down on that button. Now let's talk about having some fun with video, slow motion and fast motion. Now some of this can be done in editing software after, but you can also take slow motion video. I find it very useful for kids when they're moving so fast. Slow them down. Then for us older folks in our long projects, you can speed it up, and it makes it really fun to watch. Now, I want to show you how to do this. I'm going to just record through my camera lens and explain what I'm doing. First, let me show you where the options are on the Samsung Android and on the iPhone. So here's my Samsung. You open the camera, and there's an option called More. When you go to More, you're going to see all sorts of things, including slow motion, hyperlapse, and super slow motion. If you then tap slow motion, now your shutter button looks a little bit different. You'd tap it once to start recording, and you'd tap it again to stop. Fast motion, same thing. It's on More. It's called hyperlapse. There are some options up here, but I don't mess with those. You tap it once to start it recording. You'll watch the little timer up here. You tap it again to stop. On the iPhone, it's even easier. Open the camera and you will find both slow-mo and time-lapse, that's the fast one, right on the main menu. Now I want you to see how it works if you want to video in slow motion. On the Android, I have to tap on More, and then Slow Motion, and then I tap the shutter button. And notice that the time is being recorded up at the top. Okay, that's slow. And here's what the results looks like. It is really slow. Can you imagine what super slow-mo is? Now I want to show you the fast motion. It's also on More, and it's called hyperlapse. Now if you notice and you tap the shutter button, and if you notice the timer up at the top, lots of time has elapsed, but none has been recorded yet. It takes like 15 seconds elapse before 1 second gets recorded. So I'll show you the results now, but get ready, it's fast. I'll even play it twice. So I hope I've sparked your interest in taking some videos. Now I want to show you some editing features in case you have tried videoing and you want to fix some things. I'm going to show you how you can rotate a video and how you can stabilize it. So notice that we have a video here that apparently is sideways, and twisting the phone, rotating the phone, doesn't help. It was recorded wrong. Now, if you use Google Photos, you can tap the Edit button and then the Crop, which is Crop and Rotate. Then you tap this little button. It only rotates one way, so to get it right, I have to do it 3 times. And we're done. Save a copy. Although I want you to notice you can also trim a video from the beginning or the end, and you can export a frame. If there's something in the video that you would like a picture of, you can export frame. This last feature is apparently only in Google Photos on the Android, not on the iPhone. It is Stabilize. Now you should make sure that Stabilize camera settings are all on, but you still might get a video like this. And if on the Android Google Photos, I tap Edit, you'll see this little 2 squares. That is Stabilize. You just tap it and it stabilizes the video, and I'll show you the results. No jerkiness. So give it a try. Just take some videos. Nothing fancy, just short little clips. Use that long press shortcut. It's so easy. Play with slow and fast motion if you have a reason. And know that you can edit your videos to fix problems like rotation or stabilization. Wow. And you can even make whole movies, including music and everything, but you don't even have to get that fancy. If you just have some video along with photos, your slideshows will be much more interesting.
So how many times did Jim have to respread the leaves on the backyard so that he could sweep them up again?
Oh no, we have plenty of leaves.
No,
Don't worry.
there's no end.
They are my nemesis.
All right, good. Well, I'm sure there'll be lots of questions. I have a few questions, but we'll do the questions in the Q&A afterwards. Okay. All right. Excellent. Thanks so much. That sparked my enthusiasm. That's great. That's good. All right. Black Friday shopping. How can we help you with shopping? Let's have a look. In this video, I'm going to give you some shopping tips for this coming Black Friday. You may even be interested in purchasing a new Hyundai car on Amazon. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior, where we make videos to help seniors understand technology and also help them with shopping. Yes, you've probably noticed that Automotive News announced a couple of days ago that in 2024, there is a new partnership with Hyundai Motors, and you'll be able to buy an automobile on Amazon. Now, on my kitchen table, you will see a lot of Amazon packages. Not quite a daily event, but very frequent. And that's because I'm a smart shopper, and I find special deals on Amazon for consumables that I use every day in my house. So that means I don't have to go out and find the deals. Remember the yellow pages when your fingers did the shopping? Remember that one where your fingers did the shopping through the yellow pages? Well, I'm going to let my fingers do the shopping on internet. And let me give you some tips on how I go about this. Now, let me give you a Google shopping tip that I think you'll find very helpful. Now, I use Braun shaving cleaner for my electric razor. I've used it for many, many years, and I often buy it at a place called London Drugs, and it's a local drugstore, and I find it the cheapest there. At least I sort of remember that, but I don't buy it that often. So I want you to remember in this demonstration 3 local stores that I have. I have London Drugs, I have Canada Tire, and I have Walmart. And those will become apparent when I show you this tip. So I want you to think about those 3 stores. And of course, we always want to compare to Amazon. So let's have a look. I'm going to find out where to get the best deal on my Braun cleaning solution for my razor. All right, let's type Braun shaving cleaner in our Google search. Just a simple search. We're going to type Braun, and we'll bring this up now. And as you can see in the Google search, we've gone down here and we have a whole list of things that would come up with searching. But we don't want that. I want you to draw your attention to the line under the search, and you'll see it says shopping. All right, let's click shopping and see where we go. Now we go directly to shopping, and it's not only going to look at online services, but it's going to look at local stores and what the prices are. Wow, this is great. I don't have to go shopping. So let's see what happens when I click on and see what's brought up here. Well, you'll see here, of course, at our local Walmart, the 3-pack is $24.97. At Canadian Tire, we have $28.99. And of course, on Amazon, let's look at Amazon. Wow, 6-pack, $43.99, and it is 5% off. That's interesting. Now, remember, I was looking for London Drugs. I'm coming down, but if I look over here on the left, it lists all the sellers, and you'll see that London Drugs is listed here as a seller on the left. We're going to click this, and now you'll find out that these are the prices. Now let's compare the prices compared to Amazon. If we come down here and we see our Amazon with our 5% off, we come to compare prices from 3 stores. Let's find out what the prices would be. Well, look at, we have, of course, our Amazon price of $43.99. We have London Drugs, which is $51.98. And we have, of course, online London Drugs is $39.99. So let's see what happens on the left. We can show only available nearby. We can show on sale. So if we click this button, we'll see exactly what stores have them, and even Google Maps will show you where these stores are. We can find out what's on sale. We can list a price limitation. We can look at review by product, rating, new and used items, and these give a list of all the sellers, which include local stores in your area with local pricing. Can you believe it? Unbelievable. All available on Google just by typing in Braun Shaving Cleaner. And I'm going to give you 3 extensions that you can download and use that will help you look at the historical prices of these items that you want to purchase, just to make sure that you're getting the best deal. So let's have a look at these extensions. All right, let's see if we can save you some money. This is a sale on a Shark robotic vacuum. This is off the Canadian site. Of course, I get a focused experience because I'm interested in vacuums. So this actually is a very good deal, but how do you know that? I want to draw your attention to the price, the list price, which is listed as $6.99, and it's on sale for $3.99, a 43% reduction. Now, the first thing you have to understand is that the prices on Amazon vary daily, weekly, monthly. So they fluctuate greatly. So how do we know that this is really a retail price of $6.99? Well, let's have a look at that. So this is the Best Buy price, it's $4.99. And this is the Walmart price at $5.49 with a list price of $6.99. All right, there are 2 extensions I would encourage you to use in your browser if you're doing online shopping at Amazon. Both these are exactly the same. They're free. For many years, I used one, and it's called Camel, Camel, Camel. Recently, I've switched to another one called Keepa. I'll tell you about that in just a minute. These are both free and track the pricing of Amazon products. Keepa is also an extension that tracks the pricing and works exactly the same as Camel, 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 but there's one advantage to it. It gives you the chart right in the search within Amazon. Let me show you how that looks. Here you'll see a search on the robotic vacuum, and you'll see beneath the diagram the graph that Keepa has. So for this reason, I like Keepa better than Camel, 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 but again, they work exactly the same and are free extensions for your browser. This is the historical pricing chart on that vacuum cleaner. This was produced by Keepa. And if you look at the solid blue line that you'll see on the graph, it indicates the price fluctuations over the past year. And you'll also note that is the best deal at present. There's a little purple X as well on the graph indicating warehouse deals, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But this is a good example of how you can see what the historical pricing is on this particular product. You also can toggle all the other options on the right-hand side to look at different pricing. Now here's how you can save some money. I want you to look down at the right side under the new and used items. Let's see what we can do with this. All right, let's look under the new and used section. When we focus in, you'll see that the first item under the like new is for $315. This is a very good deal and can save you a lot of money. Who sells this? Well, this is from Prime Time Express. Well, what's their track record? We don't know. And in fact, the site was just launched. This may be a very good deal. Let's move down one more. This can also be purchased from a company called Saver Plus. This is used or like new, and it is for $329. A little bit more. This has an excellent track record. It has a 4-star rating with 169 reviews. This would be a good bet. You're pretty much assured that's going to be a very good company to deal with. But I want you to look over on the right side now, and you'll see, let's come down to the $359, the used or very good. This is also a saving at $359. And this is sold by Amazon as a warehouse deal. Now, I purchase almost all my Amazon products if there is a warehouse deal on them through the warehouse. It takes a little bit longer to get, but in most cases, this comes as a brand new item. It comes with a complete warranty from Amazon, and you can certainly return it if you're not happy with it. This is an excellent way to save money, and I always buy the warehouse deals. So the last extension I want to talk about is called Honey. Now, this is again a Chrome extension that you simply add to your Chrome browser. It's made by PayPal, a long trusted service that we use all the time for internet transactions. Honey is just more than a tracker. They say that they make a claim that they're linked to over 30,000 stores and can save you up to $177 on average a year. How they do this is they track your purchases and look for coupons and best buys. And they then will apply these coupon codes in a way in which you'll be able to redeem some of the money. This is a very popular extension that is used by a lot of people. As part of the process of learning how all your transactions occur, it scans all your email and personal data to identify what transactions you have to lump them all together to help get you the rebates. I personally feel that's a little bit intrusive into my personal data, so I do not use Honey. That's really going to be up to you, and you'll have to make a decision on that. As I said, one I use now every day is called Keepa. I like that because Keepa actually shows me the graph right within my Amazon potential purchase on the computer screen. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. Hopefully you've had as much fun watching this video as I did making it. Enjoy your shopping this Black Friday. And remember, the most important thing is that like and subscribe. It really does help us with the channel. If you could just click that.
File Explorer reminders. I'm Hewie Poplock. The File Explorer in Windows 11 operates similarly to previous versions with visible changes to align with the visual updates of Windows 11 and the addition of new features such as tabs. Despite these changes, the core functionality of File Explorer remains largely unchanged. Over the years, I've done presentations on File Explorer, and I've been getting questions recently, so I thought I would remind you of some of the things about File Explorer and some of the things that you can do. Let's take a look at the different views that you can use with File Explorer. There might be different folders that you want to look at in different ways. First, you've got the extra large icons, and then we've got the large icons, and then we can choose medium icons or small icons, or you can go to the list mode. And then the old DOS look of details, and then tiles, and then content. For a more aesthetic view, you might want a more content showing of a compact view, which is what it is now. Or if you turn that off, you have more space between the various items, or you can go back to the compact view. You can resize each of the columns or all of the columns and add more columns if you wish. Let's take a look at what we can do here. This is what we have it set at now, and you can go to the view and then more, and then you can look down and you can add other items or columns. And let's add the word count. When we do that, we now have another column called word count. And in those documents, for instance, it will show you how many words that you have. Something that you may not be using that you should be familiar with is the preview pane and the detail pane. And let's right now take a look. We have the preview pane set, so we'll take a look at the preview pane first. And by going over to the right, we click on the preview, and you'll see a preview of each of the items as you click on them. The JPEGs will be showing you the pictures on the right. If it's a PowerPoint, it will show you a preview of the PowerPoint, and you can actually go through the slides from that preview. But however, when you get to a text, it says this file can't be previewed. There's no previewer for text files or for PDF files. So I did some research, tried to find out if there's any way you can use them. At this point, the only way you might be able to do that is with changes to the Windows registry, and I don't recommend that at all. Taking a look at the details pane, we're now going to click on it, and we will see each of the items. You'll see a picture maybe, and details about that particular item. These are information about the various JPEGs. You'll see that there's different amount of information depending upon what's available for each of the items. For the PowerPoint, it does give you some more information. It tells you how many slides there are and so on. Under the JPEGs, it tells you different items about how that picture was taken. On the text files, it will give you some information. It doesn't, again, show you a picture of the item itself, but for Word, it will give you some items, who the person who saved it, and so on. And then for a PDF, it will give you a small rendition of what the page looks like, and then some information on that PDF as well. This has been File Explorer Reminders. I'm Hewie Poplock.
Microsoft's CoPilot is a new feature that uses artificial intelligence to help you with your work and projects. It can understand your natural language and provide you with answers, suggestions, summaries, and solutions. It can also connect with your preferred apps and take actions for you. It can also perform certain computer tasks for you via text or voice command. For example, CoPilot can write an email for you based on your notes or keywords. It can summarize a long article or document for you in a few sentences. It can find and insert relevant images, charts, or tables into your presentation. Troubleshoot and fix common issues with your computer or device. Create a personalized playlist for you based on your mood or preferences, and much, much more. It can open File Explorer or the Task Manager or a website for you, and much more. Microsoft just announced that CoPilot is now the new Bing Chat. Bye-bye chat. Hello CoPilot. CoPilot is not a replacement for your own creativity or skills. It is a tool that can enhance your productivity and inspire you to achieve more. It is also not a spy or a hacker. It respects your privacy and security and only uses your data with your permission. You can use CoPilot in Windows 11 and in various Microsoft 365 apps such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Teams, and more. You can also use CoPilot in GitHub, a platform for developers to collaborate and share code. Microsoft will also offer CoPilot to PCs in the Release Preview channel running Windows 10 version 22H2. Over the next several months, I'll be diving deeper into CoPilot with hands-on demonstrations so you can see and follow firsthand what this new AI tool can and cannot do for you. Once you know and understand its capabilities and limitations, you'll then be in a better position to evaluate how CoPilot fits into your digital life. Please realize that artificial intelligence, AI, is here to stay. Get in on the ground floor. Become the expert so you can teach your grandchildren. Stay safe, stay secure. Put on your thinking cap and learn something about AI and CoPilot. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye, and thanks for watching and listening.
Thanks, Bob. We're looking forward to your upcoming videos, and hopefully Sam Altman keeps his job and AI will keep going, right? Anyway,
no doubt AI is here to stay.
For sure. For sure. All right. I guess we say this is the time where we say goodbye to our YouTube people over on YouTube. If you don't forget, this Thursday, we will have a show. If you want to participate, come and listen. That would be great. And we will, if you want to pop over and participate in the Q&A, we still have room in our Zoom meeting for you. But at this time, we are going to end the live stream and turn it over to Ray. Ray, go ahead.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Name today that's going to be familiar to everyone. Yes, Frank Sinatra. His music is timeless. Frank Sinatra was an American singer and actor, born December 12, 1915 in Hoboken, New Jersey. He began his musical career in the swing era and was greatly influenced by the easy listening vocal style of Bing Crosby. Sinatra found success as a solo artist after signing with Columbia Records in 1943 and becoming the idol of the Bobby Soxers. Now, Sinatra's career spanned over 6 decades, and he is regarded as one of the most popular entertainers of the mid-20th century. He was known for his distinctive voice and phrasing, and his music has been described as timeless. Some of his most famous songs include My Way, New York, New York, and Fly Me to the Moon. Sinatra was also known for his acting career, which included roles in films such as The Manchurian Candidate and Ocean's 11. He appeared in 58 films and won an Academy Award for his role in From Here to Eternity. Frank Sinatra was a legendary American singer and actor who left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. His music and films continue to be enjoyed by audiences around the world, and his influence on popular culture is still felt today. Now, these preceding paragraphs were provided by Bing Chat. So the music clip I'm going to show today is from 1985. That was the same year I attended a private fundraiser for the American Heart Association, where Frank Sinatra sang for almost an hour straight, up close and personal. As I recall, he was personable and very much at ease in talking with the audience. The song My Way was a major hit for Frank Sinatra in 1969, 8 years before the Elvis remake we are all familiar with. Sinatra's version of My Way spent 75 weeks in the UK Top 40, which is 3rd place all time. The English lyrics, which are unrelated to the original French song, were written by Paul Anka. Now, the inspiration for today's choice comes from my stepdaughter, Andromeda, who, despite being at an age where she qualifies as a millennial, lists Frank Sinatra as one of her favorite singers of all time. Timeless.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Ray. That was great. All right. This is time when we move into the Q&A. If you have to leave, welcome. Have a great Thanksgiving and enjoy that turkey. But we will have to be doing a show on Tech for Senior Live this Thursday. If you want to listen, and it's not a Zoom meeting. So if you go to our website, www.techforsenior.com, click the big red button there. It says take you to the meeting, because we broadcast it out to YouTube and Facebook. So it's not a Zoom meeting. So come and join us. It's a lot of fun. I know we will be reviewing all the news of the week, including buying a car. What do you think, Hewie? Buying a car on Amazon? That's pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, and it may be bigger than a little miniature car too.
I think these are real cars. You're gonna be able to buy them on Amazon anyway. I wonder how the UPS driver is going to deliver it to you. Maybe he'll drive up in the car. I don't know. That'd be interesting, eh? Anyway, so we're going to talk all about that and all the news of the week. Poor ℍ𝕖𝕚𝕚 will hopefully have a job by then. We'll see what's going to happen, and then we will, and then we'll see you back again this time next week for this show. All right, so let's get on with questions. Oh, just one thing I asked Chris. I tried on my Pixel phone, hit the button like you said, and held it down, and it took a video. I thought that's really cool. But when I took my finger off, it stopped.
Jamie, it's a toggle.
It just toggles it. Yep. Right, toggles it.
If you want it to, I mean, that's the whole purpose. You just take quick little snippets of video, just short video clips. But if you say, oh, I want to record this whole song and I want to keep it going, and yet I want to lift my finger, you just slide your finger up to, there's a little lock. Then you can take your finger off.
Oh, there's a lock. Oh, okay. Video. Oh, all right. Okay, good.
That should be a tip.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I didn't see that. All right. Okay, cool. Yep. All right, great. Carl, go ahead.
Yeah, a couple of questions. One, Ray, who wrote the song I Did It My Way for Frank? Do you recall?
Paul Anka.
Mm-hmm.
So the song originally was a French song, and the melody was the same, but the lyrics were completely different. So Paul Anka took the same melody and created new words for it, new lyrics in English.
Okay, very good. The second question I have is for anybody, I guess. I went on a tour of some historic churches here in the Detroit area, and I took a lot of pictures. And the person who ran the tour said, could you send me the pictures? Well, there's probably about 20 or 30 of them, and I couldn't email them. So they're on my smartphone. How do I create a way of, so the person could access them either in the cloud or somewhere, share it with somebody? How do I do that without going through a lot of hoops and
upload them to Google Photos or some other place where you can then share a link to those photos?
And what do I have to do to share the link?
Just do a right click, select share, and then you have a choice. Create a link. And you copy that link, and that's what you send to that other person.
Okay. So if I have a group of them like I do I put them into a folder?
Put them in an album and then share the album. Yeah.
Or album. Okay. Very good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure Chris has a video on that. Maybe she could put it
probably a couple.
Yeah. Oh, just one question. Carl, what phone do you have?
I have the Galaxy. I have the One Plus. Nord, it's called the Nord One Plus.
Okay. All right.
And I didn't realize when I got that deal with it was a Black Friday thing. Black Friday really started about a week ago.
Well, it's just that if you had a Pixel phone, there is no camera roll on a Pixel phone. On a Pixel phone, the camera roll is Google Photos. So if you had been said you used a Pixel phone, I would have said those pictures are already in Google Photos. So, but just put them in Google Photos and it's easy to do.
I think these are. I don't know how long ago. I think they automatically go up there. I think they're also on OneDrive, both. Okay. But Drew mentioned the answer. I think it was Drew about how I could project them from my watch to my TV or to my laptop. I don't remember how it was to be done. But thank you all.
Okay, Hewie, go ahead.
Yeah, a couple of things. One, Frank Sinatra back in the very early 70s, probably 70 or 71. I was tending bar in Boca Raton, and Frank Sinatra and a small entourage came in, and there was only a handful of people at the bar and nobody at the tables. They sat at a table, but I waited on them and I met him, and he left $100 tip. So it was a very enjoyable day for the 1970s. $100 tip was a good tip.
You should have got you should have got him to sign the dog.
Yeah, we think about that today, right? and the other thing is, Bob showed that one website where you can put in the ingredients that are in your refrigerator. And I recently did a 1-hour presentation on AI for seniors for the Sarasota group. And in it, I talked about taking a picture of what's in your refrigerator and then using the Microsoft's chat, which is now, of course, CoPilot, using that picture and saying, okay, come up with 5 recipes using the ingredients. It figured out what the ingredients were and gave me the recipes.
Excellent. Can it make something of nothing?
Absolutely. and it turns out to be nothing.
Drew, go ahead.
Okay. I have a question. I have, as Ron knows, my new Chromebook arrived the other day, and before I unboxed it or opened the package, it is a used model. So before I opened it, on the bottom of it, there's a sticker that says that the manufacturing date was July of 2022. So that should mean that it's fairly new enough that I shouldn't have to worry about my Chromebook going out of date in the next 4 or 5 years.
Correct. And you can actually look in settings. I have a video out about it on how to look at the the expiry date on that. And it's right on your, just go into settings and you'll go down and you can see exactly what the AUE is of that model. Okay. And so you can see that right on it'll be right on in the settings.
Yeah, I just wanted to give it a quick check before I took the shrink wrap off and officially opened it. So
yeah, you can't tell unless you but open it up.
There is a website that'll give you every model from every company and tell you what the expiration date is. And I'd have to go looking for that link, but it's a Google link.
If it was only manufactured 2 years ago, so it can't be terrible.
It should fall into the 10-year. It should fall into the 10-year zone.
Yeah.
They just changed those now, so it'll give you.
So
you
should be fine.
You should be fine. Detlef, go ahead.
Hi, Ron. I wanted to add something to your recommendation for the Fitbit that you gave last week.
Okay, the Charge 6.
Yeah, the Charge 6, exactly. Since there were like 3 or 4 people that said, yeah, I'm going to get that for my wife, I figured, yeah, I'm going to get that for myself. So I looked and it was on sale both on Google and on Amazon. And Google actually had a little bit better deal. So I ended up getting it because I was concerned about the AFib diagnosis. Mm-hmm. So I went through it and I noticed my heart rate yesterday was between 50 and 115. And today it was between 60 and 85. But when I set it up to check for the AFib, it says you cannot use the AFib indication if you are A, under 22, and B, have been diagnosed with AFib. And I was diagnosed with AFib last year. So if you have it, it actually doesn't work for you. So I looked and I have, according to the Fitbit, about 8 episodes of AFib while I slept last night, every hour on the hour. So it doesn't work if you've already been diagnosed.
Well, hold on. Let me just explain that. The reason why it asks you if you have AFib or not goes back to its licensing and the research they did in the research they did to get licensed as a medical device with the FAA. FDA. FDA, yeah, the FDA. And the reason, so it's not that it won't work, it's just that the original premise of the software was to diagnose people who didn't know they had atrial fibrillation, right?
Right.
And that's the reason and part of the reason for that is that it doesn't continuously monitor your heartbeat on a 24/7. It selectively picks times, mostly at night when you're sleeping, where it will want to identify, and they're looking to identify because you're at rest, and it's easier to do it's easier to get the actual rhythm when you're sleeping. It's more difficult when you're up working, running around through the day. So for that reason, what they're looking for is to pick up people who don't know they have it. Now,
Right.
if you do have atrial fibrillation, it certainly is going to pick it up. But the question, if you had atrial fibrillation, would be, how many episodes do I have in a day? Now, because that's what the doctors will want to know. If you go on medication for atrial fibrillation to get rid of it, does it get rid of atrial fibrillation completely, the medication? Well, it's not that good a tracker for that, because it's not continually monitoring your heart, right? It's doing it selectively at certain periods.
And then it has to analyze it later on.
Well, and so that's the
Is what
reason.
it says.
That's the reason why it's not recommended. Now, it will still do it. I mean, you just have to say to the watch, just lie to it and say you don't have atrial fibrillation, sign up, and then it will tell you, how many, it will do that. Now, I will say, the one difference now in the Apple Watch is the Apple Watch does do 24/7 monitoring, and it will tell you how long you've been in atrial fibrillation, what the aggravating and relieving factors are. And that's a new feature that's just come out. Now, I expect with the Charge 6 that the software, because it's got all the latest sensors in it, I think you're going to see an updated software in the next year or two that will give you those added features. Okay, so I think it's coming, but it just hasn't been approved yet by the powers that be.
Yeah, what's interesting is that I've got an implanted defibrillator,
right?
Which is how I found out that I had AFib,
right?
And it shows that I have an episode about once every 6 months or so,
right?
So I looked at this thing this morning and I said, "What do you mean 6 times last night? This is crazy."
Well, it should. So it'd be interesting to know if when you see your doctor and he looks at the pacemaker, because the pacemaker is recording that and sending it back, and they're tracking that, is if in fact you did have. I mean, it's probably true. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't pick that up, right?
Yeah. Well,
you want to talk to your doctor about it and say, "Hey,
Ron, tell me it's probably not true. I need the encouragement."
Yeah, right. No, I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm sorry, but I look forward to. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see, because I know a lot of people bought them, and my wife bought hers and set it up. I have some friends that bought it as well, and so they're all busy setting it up and having fun with it. So anyway, good luck.
Thanks.
All right, Greg, go ahead.
Hey, when I was down at UCLA, I took an elective class for jazz, and I was talking to the instructor one day, and he told me about Frank Sinatra. He said every year he comes down and he's the only one in the auditorium, and he brings people in who have applied for music scholarships, and he spent $1 million a year unadvertised and gave the students scholarships, and they could choose UCLA or they could go to any other school. So, he kind of stepped out and did above his beyond without being advertised. Anyway, that's just a quick note.
Thanks, Greg. Ray.
Look, I really enjoyed Hewie's presentation on File Explorer. I use it all the time to move files between folders and drives. But I found that with Windows 11, they didn't make it that easy to be able to open up a second window. Well, there is a secret. It's a shortcut. So if you hold down the Windows key and press the letter E for Explorer, that opens up a second window. Then you can position them side by side and do that kind of work that I do so often. Just wanted to pass that tidbit on.
Yeah, you can also have it in tabs as well.
Thanks, Ray.
Yeah, there's another thing you can do, Ray, as well, is if you right-click on any of the folders when you've got Explorer open, the right-click menu will have Open New Window, and it'll open whatever folder you've right-clicked on in a new Explorer folder.
Good to know. Thank you, Steve.
Bob.
I actually used Google to help me do some shopping because I had an Instant Pot that I had selected and I let it do the shopping. And then I picked one and then I said, give me some price notifications when the price dropped. And that was directly from Google. And yesterday I got a notification. It went from 139 down to 69. So yesterday I said, okay, now's the time to buy it.
Excellent. Yeah. Just a tip for everyone. Costco has Instapots, and I am an Instapot convert. I use mine all the time. If you are looking for an Instapot, Costco always every year puts those on sale for about $49 right around Christmas. And so you'll see them or right after Christmas. So watch for those and they'll be on sale.
Get the plus so you have a place to have your lid can sit right on it. If you don't have the plus model, then you have to go wiggle with it on the table or wherever.
Right.
So be careful which model you buy.
Right. So, and the other one was, Hewie, you taught me this, and I'm forever grateful, is that, remember I had that problem where I wanted to, when I wanted to move a file from one directory to the other one using File Explorer, and I could only copy it. It wouldn't get rid of the original one. And you showed me by right-clicking it, it goes to move to, and you can move it to a different directory and it deletes and moves it. So I've used that all the time and I use it every day. And I always think, thank you so much, because I think of you every day when I use that. And it's
It depends upon where you're moving or copying it to, what the default is.
Right.
If you're taking a file and moving it or doing something with it on the same drive, but the default is moving. But if it's to a different drive or to one of the cloud drives, the default is copy.
Right. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm putting it on a different drive. So you need the right click and then it says move here and you just drag it over. Yeah. So that's cool.
And the other good thing about doing that is I'm forever, if I'm dragging it, I'll drop it in the wrong spot and then I don't even know where I dropped it.
Right.
Where if you right mouse click and do it, one of the choices is to cancel. So without moving it or copying it, if you're not sure where it's going to drop, you can tell it to cancel and then try again.
Yeah, that works great. So anyway, good tips. All right. I guess that's about it for the show. We have no more questions. I want to thank everyone for coming today.
I'm Chris Guld with Geeks on Tour, and this quick video is about how to share
an album
playing with
who's playing a video here. Anyway, I want to thank Chris is getting an advertisement, I guess, in there. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for coming. I want to thank everyone who participated in the show today. Thanks, Hewie. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Ray. Thanks, Chris and Jim. We thank you so much. And thank you for everyone for coming. We do appreciate you coming and listening to us. It gives us enthusiasm to keep going. Please remember that even though it's a busy Thanksgiving week, if you're bored on Thursday and you want to listen to us, please come and listen to Tech for Senior Live. We'll be doing all the news of the week. And otherwise, we'll see you back same time, same place next week. And if you did miss the show today, remember it is recorded and we'll have it up on our website soon. And don't forget, Geeks on Tour, Thanksgiving. Great. All right. We'll see you.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, especially if you don't make it Thursday. But come join us. It'll be a turkey show.
All right.
It'll be a bunch of turkeys on a show.
Yeah.
All right.
So a normal show.
It's a normal show.
You got it. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye,
everybody.
Bye.